Hello YouTube. I thought we'd now that vacation's over, we kind of get back to the knives a little bit, and today I have a kind of a comparison in knife handles, I guess you could say. This is the Les Stroud Temagami. This happens to be my personal one here, and I think a lot of this design, Les designed it as a bushcraft tool, and it has a lot of good features. The only thing I think that didn't work for them was right here. They made a set of serrations, and the idea for those was to use on a fire steel. Unfortunately, the steel that surrounds the center steel, the cladding steel on the outside, if you will, is too soft, so that didn't work. But it's got a really great handle. It has tang that comes all the way back, and then goes down about halfway through, and follows you can follow the curve right around here. And so it's a pretty strong knife. Should take a lot of abuse. Not a full tang, but really close to it, and I think it just is a really nice, well-crafted piece. Now, when I bought mine, I actually bought two. I had made a trade with Wako for a knife that he had that I wanted, and what I offered to do was get him a Temagami and ship it to him, which I did. And he used it on a couple deer, and the bushcraft handle portion just didn't work for him. Now, one thing I did do before I sent it to him the first time is I dished out this portion here, and I made half moon cutouts in that direction so that he could put his thumb in there, because he does a lot of turning along the backbone and the ribs to get the back straps out. And after he got it and used it, he liked that part, but as he correctly pointed out, the handle is still a bushcraft handle. It's big. He has much smaller hands than I do. Very, it's fat both in this direction and in this direction. It's a pretty big handle, and because of that, the way that it falls in your hand did not work so well for him when he was doing his turning motions and stuff. So I asked him to send it back to me, and I thought I would redo it. So now, since I've had it here, I've actually redone it twice. The first thing I did was take out a lot of the belly. I thinned the sides as much as was possible. I took away meat up here and here, so it much better fit his hand. But as I watched his videos, it still wasn't right. And I've had it a while, and I haven't sent it back to him because it just wasn't right, and I still didn't think it was going to work. So I watched a couple more of his videos, went to some of his older ones, and I've redone it yet again. And I think now that this may be much more along the lines of what will work for him. So this is what I came up with, and this is his one here, and you can compare the two handle shapes. Now, what I did, as I said, I took out a lot of the belly for him because of his smaller hand size, and of course it still has the scallops here to allow him to put his thumb down on the blade. And I dropped this area and rounded it. I rounded the whole butt area, and I took out meat in here, back here, and up here. and I think that will bring it back into his hand better, and just feel a lot better for him. And now, even in my larger hands, it really does feel much better. The back end comes up where it should. It's not kicked down by this large portion here. So I'm hoping that will help him. The other thing I did, I went ahead and sharpened it, and I noticed that one of the problems he sometimes has with knives is that he'll have chipping from hitting bones, especially with the harder steels. Now this is not a super hard steel in this knife. This is the two that I got are the carbon steel version, but still that can be a problem. So what I did, I sharpened it in the conventional manner, which is pretty much flat. But then when I went to the my strop, this one has the let's see what this is, 0.5 micron diamond spray on it, and I'm sold on this stuff. I like it better than, by far, than anything I've ever used. It's really funny. It's aggressive, but it's super fine, and it just I saw it from John Davis's video. It cuts extremely well. This is a strop that Kylie Harris made for me out of Paducah, and it's just really pretty. I love it. It's by far my favorite strop. And what I did when I got to this portion is I raised this edge up, and the reason I did that is so that when he comes down on the rib cage and along the backbone, as he's bringing that out, my hope is that he can still get a lot of sharpness out of that, but the actual edge portion, being at a higher bevel, won't hit those bones, and it won't chip. He won't have that problem, I'm hoping. You know, it's still just extremely sharp. I don't know, yeah, I guess I can do his S cutting here. It's a wide blade to cut with that, but it doesn't seem to have any trouble doing it. But it's just as sharp as it can be. So, Wako, my friend, I'm going to package this up. This will be going out to you today. I hope this handle will work a lot better for you. It's, you know, this is a great bushcraft handle as it was designed, this upper one. I think Les Stroud did a great job on it for what he made it for. It's hand filling, you know, and for heavier cutting tasks, especially in wood, it's a great design. But this is more of a hunting handle. It's smaller, it's more maneuverable. You can, for lack of a better phrase, you can get around this handle better, I think. You can maneuver it in your hand, you can turn it, you can do all the little motions that you need to do with this. So I'm hoping we'll see this maybe in a video sometime in the near future from him, and he can try it out and let me know what he thinks. And if you're wondering about the handle difference, you know, it's not strictly because I sanded all this down. This handle was always lighter than this one. I'm going to leave this light. I've just put a couple coats of the red Old English on it to protect it, the oil to let it soak in. And if he wants, he can darken this with the darker Old English, with stain, with, you know, regular wood stain. There's any number of things that'll work to darken that in. But leaving it natural, I didn't polish the handle out or any of that, so that you have a much better grip in the wet and the snow and everything else. You don't want it slipping and sliding, especially when you got a razor sharp edge. So that's it. I hope you like it, and I will get this out to you today. it should head out in the mail, and I hope it'll work for you. I've tried and tried and tried, and this is the best I can come up with. So you know, if you don't like this, I guess you'll have to send it back, and I'll just rip this handle off and start from scratch on a new one. But I think that you might find this a lot more comfortable. And that's pretty much it for this video. We got a lot upcoming. I've got a lot of nice stuff lined up, and now that I'm retired and vacation's done, I hope to be cranking out a bunch and hope to have a lot of fun with it. Take it easy, YouTube. We'll talk to you later.